Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our admins, and the message, it reads like this. Hello, my brother, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? My brother, I have come here on your platform so that you can share my own story. Here is my confession. Please keep me as anonymous. I thought that I had found my blesser, the love of my life, but there was no blessing at all. All that I was blessed with were frequent trips to the gynecologist and pharmacies. It was all fun and games until I got the infection. Let me call him Mr. M. Mr. M was an established business person in our town. He had done very well for himself. He was well known, so it came as a surprise when he approached me and told me that he wanted to have a relationship with me. I had denied at first because the man was well known for chasing skirts, but he had assured me that all was in the past now. He was now a changed man. He wanted to settle down. We even went for tests to see if we had the virus, but he was clean, so I was. Mr. M would put effort into seeing me. What impressed me was not that he was moneyed, no, but it was the effort that he put into seeing me. These efforts, they impressed me. He would sometimes knock off very late at work, but he would squeeze time for me and listen to all of my silly stories. Sometimes we would go for long drives together, just getting to bond and getting to know each other better. He had said that he would make my life better than it was before. I never asked him for anything. He had given me the assurance that my every need indeed was going to be taken care of. So one day when he came to see me, my hair was in a mess, and he had left me some notes. He left me more than what was needed. Was this guy trying to woo me with money? Money did not impress me at all, so I said. Besides all the rumors that I had learned about him, I found him attentive and he had this aura, and I enjoyed being with him at all the times. He would sometimes sing for me, and I felt that, this man, he loved me genuinely. Did he genuinely love me, or was he just putting out a show for me? Or maybe he was a master manipulator. One day we did the deed and he could not stop raving me. I have to admit that my biggest mistake was not using protection when we slept together. When I got home, I took a bath and went to sleep. 3 days later, he asked me to see me again, and the act was done. A week passed and he went for a business meeting, and I only got to see him after about 3 weeks. My periods were due, and I started noticing that I had this foul-smelling watery discharge that came out of my vagina. Just what was happening to me? I had never experienced anything like that before. I took regular bath, but still the smell refused to go away. Even my children picked up on the smell, and they even commented if I had forgotten to put fish in the refrigerator. Wherever I would go to, I would always feel that there was this other thing that kept on following me. It was as if there was a hideous creature that kept on following me. As for the smell, oh damn it, God damn it. I still remember that I was on the taxi on this other day. So then the taxi driver, Umageza, said that there is something that is smelly here. And I was like sitting in front. So this guy, he knew me and he didn't want to point his finger at me. And he picked up this other poor lady that was sitting at the back of the taxi. She was picked on because the whole taxi, it was smelling as if someone had opened up a tin of pilchards. That was bad. I felt ashamed, but I was really feeling embarrassed for that lady because they picked her up because she had this dark skin color, and the way that she was wearing, it was not nice. So they just thought that it was her who had that terrible smell. I knew that this smell was actually coming from me. I lost my self-esteem Going out was a no-no, because when a person passed by, they would pick up the scent. I became a secluded person, and in 2 weeks, I had started losing weight. I always felt as if there was something that was always holding me by my waist area. It was really painful. I had started really losing weight because of the stress. I called Mr. M and told him what was happening to me. He told me that he was okay and his wife was okay, so he was not the source of the problem. Wait, what? Did he say that his wife? Oh, so he was married. It did not make sense to me, because even when I called him during the night, he would speak freely. So where was his wife when we used to have long video calls? I felt cheap and used and angry at the same time. I went to the pharmacy and bought over-the-counter medicines, thinking that it was yeast infection. This was what one of my friends told me after I had lied to her that a friend of a friend wanted to know if someone is having this pilchard smell, how can they be removed? So after she had gone around asking other women, then she was told that there is this type of medication that one can take that can actually help. When I got this over-the-counter medication, I thought that it was going to go away. It did not go away. It actually got worse. I decided to go and visit a gyno and explained everything to him, and he had cautioned me against self-medicating as it was dangerous. He said that I was lucky that the infection had not spread to my womb, otherwise I would have been history. He prescribed strong antibiotics. He gave me an injection. The smell seemed to have gone away, and I was okay for about 2 weeks. He had told me to come back for a review after a month and told me that I was doing fine. I felt a difference too. I was okay for about a month, and boom, the infection started again. This time it was worse than before. The discharge would soak my undergarments wet, and downstairs I was very itchy. The more that I kept on scratching myself, the more that I felt that down there it was quite sensitive. It was really painful down there. Geez, I was slowly, surely dying. What was I doing wrong? I called Mr. M again so that he gives me money for blood test. But when he heard my voice, he dropped the call. Oh, really now? So you now drop my calls. Some might ask how I knew it was Mr. M who had infected me, because like he was the only man that I was with the entire year. These blessers, I do not want to see them each and every day. I pray for my dear daughter that she does not have to be in a relationship with these rich guys. My brother, I was really lonely at that time. No one to speak to. Nothing excited me anymore. My hair, I didn't even have anything. I didn't even visit the hair salon to do my hair, and people that knew me, they knew that I was someone who took care of her hair a lot. Even the food, it was just tasteless. When I got my hair falling, that was when I started to cry, because I thought that maybe this was cancer. I was about to die. I was always bored and sometimes losing sleep. I thought like I was sinking into depression. One day I had a dream. I dreamt about Mrs. M's father, but why I was dreaming about him when he had died a very long time ago, when we were still very young. Mr. M's father said in his dream that I was his betrothed to be married to him. How can I be married to a dead person? We're still a person that had died a very long time ago. I remember vividly in the dream, Mr. M's father had wanted to take me to his house, but I had managed to escape, to run away. He chased me through the forest, and I hid myself behind this bush. I could see that he was looking for me, and he could not see me. I woke up, I was sweating, and I was breathing heavily from the dream. It felt so real, too real to be a dream. Was I part of something that I was not even aware of? I decided to visit my pastor so that he can decipher the dream for me. I just wanted a second opinion, but to me the dream was as clear as daylight. He confirmed my fears. Mr. M had used me as a sacrificial lamb. Not only that, he wanted to use me to appease his late father's spirit. Oh no, what had I gotten myself into? My pastor urged me to pray harder, forgive myself, and cut myself off from Mr. M. Brother Nashi, I want you to tell your listeners that out there are these covenants that can be created the moment that you sleep with a man when you are not married to each other. So ladies out there, they need to be very careful, and they need to know that there are people out there who are willing to sacrifice you. Mr. M, what he had done is that he had sacrificed his own father. So his father's ghost kept on troubling him until he made a covenant, an oath with the spirit of his father, and he told the spirit of his father that the next woman that he was going to sleep with, that was going to become his dead father's wife. So at that point, I was married off to the ghost of his late father, and the pastor started to pray for me. And as the pastor kept on praying for me, I actually felt this discharge that was coming out. Then the pastor told his wife to go with me to the bathroom so that she can check me to see exactly what was going on. When we went with the pastor's wife to the toilet, my brother, both of us, we were shocked, because out of my private part, they came out a flower, Brother Nashi, that had blossomed, came out of my private parts, and we continued with the prayer. After that, I was normal again, no abnormal discharge, no foul smell, just clean and healthy. Right now, I feel much better. I am alive and well. Dark magic does exist. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our admins. It was forwarded to me by one of our admins. Strange things do happen in this world. Just imagine pulling a flower out of your private part.